Hello everyone and welcome to your first lecture on Azure Cloud Administrator. My name is Anjali Puri and I be your instructor throughout this course. So, recently cloud computing cloud computing has become one of the most essential technologies in IT industry. And Microsoft Azure is one of the leading cloud platforms used by organizations worldwide to build, deploy and manage application and infrastructure. So, in this lecture, I'll give you overview about what an Azure Cloud Administrator actually does, introduce you to Azure platform, explain some of its core concepts. So, the complete course is designed with the practical approach where we will learn concepts step by step, implement them through real world demonstration so that you gain both theoretical knowledge and hands-on experience. So, let us begin our journey into Microsoft Azure and understand what it takes to become an Azure Cloud Administrator. Before we begin Microsoft Azure, it's important to understand what this course is all about and what you can expect to learn by the end of it. The course has been carefully designed for students, freshers, IT professionals, system administration, and anyone who wants to build career in Azure administration. Whether you have a prior cloud knowledge or you are starting from scratch, we will begin with the fundamentals and gradually move towards advanced administration topics. They will start by understanding the core concept of Microsoft Azure, what Azure is, how cloud computing works, and why organizations around the world are rapidly adopting cloud technologies. So, once these Azure fundamentals are clear, we will explore the Azure portal, which is primarily web-based interface. Azure portal is web-based interface used to create, manage, and monitor Azure resources. You will learn to how to navigate the portal efficiently and understand its different sections and perform administrative tasks with confidence. After that, we will dive into the one of the important concept, one of the important service in Azure, that is virtual machines. You will learn how to deploy Windows, and Linux virtual machine. Configure their setting, connect to them securely, manage their disk, resize them to based on business requirement, and understand the best practice for managing compute resources in Azure. The next major topic we will cover is Azure storage. Okay, every organization needs a reliable, they needs a reliable and secure way to store its data. And Azure offers multiple storage solutions for different use cases. You will understand the difference between blob storage, file storage, queue storage, and table storage, along with their real world applications. You will also learn how to create storage account, upload data, manage access, and secure your storage resources. Then next is networking. Networking is another critical component of cloud administration. In this course, we will learn how Azure Network works by creating virtual networks, virtual networks, configure subnets, assigning IP address, understanding routing concept, and implement network security groups to control inbound and outbound traffic. We will also explore concepts such as VPN gateway, load balancer, and DNS services, which are commonly used in enterprise environment. Then next is identity and access management. Is one of the key responsibility of Azure administrator. We will learn how to manage users, groups, and permissions using Microsoft Entra ID, formerly known as Azure Active Directory. I hope you have heard about AD, that is Active Directory. We will understand how authentication, how role-based access control is implemented, and how administrator ensure that user has only permission at what actually they need. Next is monitoring. M- Monitoring and maintaining cloud resources is equally very important. That's why you will explore Azure Monitor. You'll explore Azure Monitor, activity log, activity log, alerts, and diagnose tool that helps administrators track the health and performance of their resources. Then, throughout this course, we will understand the practical approach. Every concept will be followed by a hands on demonstration where we will create resources, configure services, troubleshoot common issues, and understand real world administrative tasks. So, we will also understand backup and disaster recovery, Azure administration. By the end of this course, you will have a strong understanding of Azure Administrator, hands-on experience working on Azure services, and confidence to manage cloud resources in real-world environment. Now that you have overview of what we will be learning throughout this course, let's begin by understanding the important question: who is an Azure Cloud Administrator and what actually does their role involves in the organization? Now that you have an overview of the course, let's understand one of the most important question: who exactly is Azure Cloud Administrator? Whenever we hear a word administrator, many people assume that this job is simply about creating virtual machine and managing few cloud resources. However, the role of this cloud administrator is much more bro- broader and plays very critical part in organizations cloud infra. It obviously plays a very critical part in managing organizations cloud infrastructure. Your cloud administrator is responsible for deploying resources, configuring network, managing storage, managing identities, managing resources. Their goal is to ensure that cloud environment organizations cloud environment remains secure, available, cost effective, and performs efficiently. Now, let us understand with the real world example. Imagine you join a company as a Azure Cloud admin. One of your first day, different teams start approaching you with the different requirement. Suppose a development team, suppose a development team asks for a virtual machine to deploy their HR, that is him, to create then security team ask you to the security team asks you to review user access, implement security policies, and ensure that only authorized user can have access to the sensitive resources. So, as the Azure Cloud Administrator, all this responsibility become a part of your daily work. This role is not only limited to creating the cloud resources, it involves managing complete life cycle of these resources, from deployment, from the very first deployment to configuration to monitoring, security, optimization, backup, and maintenance. All those things are responsibility of Azure Cloud Admin. Some of the key responsibilities of Azure Cloud Administrator, including creating and managing virtual machines, configuring storage services, designing and managing Azure virtual networks, as I have mentioned here, managing storage, managing identities, managing resources, security and compliance, cost optimization. So, as organizations continue migrating their workload to the cloud, the demand of skilled Azure administrator is growing rapidly across industries such as banking, healthcare, e-commerce, education, government, and information security. In simple word, in simple word, Azure Cloud Administrator acts as a backbone. It's backbone of the cloud environment. They ensure that application remains available, data remains secure, user have the correct access, and resources perform efficiently, and the overall cloud infrastructure operates smoothly. Now that we have clearly understood the roles and responsibilities of cloud administrator, let's move forward to revisit the foundation of cloud platform by understanding cloud computing and how it transforms the way organization build and manage IT infrastructure. Now that we understand the role of Azure Cloud Administrator, let's quickly refresh our understanding of cloud computing as it forms the foundation of everything we will learn throughout the course. Let's understand what cloud computing is. In simple terms, this cloud computing is the delivery of computing resources. What are these computing resources? Such as servers, storage, database, networking, and software over the internet. Over the internet means what? Virtual. Instead of relying on physical infrastructure located within the organization. Basically, it allows user to access them on demand without owning any physical infrastructure. Organization do not have to worry about the infrastructure. To understand this better, let's take an example. Imagine you want to store thousands of thousands of videos and photos. So instead of new storage device, definitely instead of purchasing a new storage device, every time you run out of space, you simply upload your file to the services like OneDrive or Google Drive and access them whenever you need it. Similarly, organizations no longer need to purchase and maintain large physical servers. Instead, they can use cloud platforms such as Microsoft Azure to run computing resources whenever required. So, one of the biggest advantage of cloud computing is its flexibility, right? If a business needs a additional storage or one more computing power, it can provision those resources within a minutes without investing in new hardware. Likewise, when the demand decreases, those resources can be scaled down, helping organization optimize cost. So, cloud computing also offers scalability, cost saving, highly availability, better reliability, and improved security and global accessibility. Since cloud providers manage the underlying infrastructure, organization can just focus more on developing the application and growing their business rather than maintaining physical servers. Today, almost every industries, including banking, healthcare, education, manufacturing, and government, is adopting cloud technologies because they are providing more faster, scalable, and cost effective way to deliver IT service. Now that we have refreshed the basic of cloud computing, let's compare it with the traditional and on-premises approach to understand why so many organizations are moving their infrastructure to the cloud. Now that we understand what cloud computing is, let's compare it with the traditional approach known as on-premises infrastructure. Before cloud computing became popular, organizations used to build and maintain their own data centers. This meant purchasing physical servers, networking devices, storage system, power backup, cooling system, and many other components. Everything was installed and managed within the organization own premises, which is why it is known as on premises. But let us understand the first difference, the first point, that is own physical servers versus rent out cloud resources. In the on premises environment, organization needs to purchase or buy and own physical servers, networking devices, and storage system. They are responsible for setting up and maintaining the entire infrastructure. To maintain entire infrastructure, In contrast, in the cloud platforms like Microsoft Azure, organizations simply just rent out the resources whenever they need. As per the need, they can rent out the resources without worrying about this infrastructure or the hardware. Then next difference is high initial investment versus pay as you go. Setting up this on premises data centers require significant upfront investment. It needs a good investment in the hardware, software, power, cooling, and maintenance. So, versus cloud computing follows as pay as you go model, where organization pay for the resources, they only pay for the resources as they consume. This makes cloud adoption much more affordable and flexible. Another important difference is manual maintenance versus managed by the cloud provider. With the on-premises infrastructure, organization's IT team is responsible for maintaining servers, applying for updates, then replacing the hardware or repairing of the hardware, ensuring everything runs properly. Instead of this, in the cloud, Microsoft manages their physical infrastructure and allows organization to focus more on their application and business operation. It handles the infra and let organization focus on their application and business operation. The fourth point is limited scalability and scale in minute or scale on demand. Suppose a company suddenly requires a additional computing power due to increased business demand. In the on-premises environment, purchasing and installing new servers, immediately purchasing new servers can take days or even weeks. But with this Azure, additional resources can be deployed within the minutes and scaled up when they are no longer required. Then next we have hardware failure risk and high availability. On the on-premises setup, hardware failure are directly impact with the business operations. If proper backup systems are not in place, cloud providers like Microsoft Azure are designed with the high availability in mind and helping organizations keep their application and services running even when hardware issues occur. So, finally, longer deployment time versus deployment in minutes. New infrastructure, Deploying a new infra in on-premises environment involves physical purchasing hardware, need to purchase the hardware, then configure the hardware and complete setup, which can take several days in Azure. In Azure, many resources such as virtual machine storage account or database can be deployed within the minutes. As you can see, cloud computing addresses many of this limitation. Cloud addresses many of the limitations of traditional infrastructure by providing greater flexibility, scalability, and faster deployment and a more cost-effective approach. This is one of the main reasons why organizations across the world are moving towards cloud platform like Microsoft Azure. Now that we have understand the advantage of cloud computing over traditional infrastructure, let's explore why many organizations, especially chose Microsoft Azure. Now that we understand why do so many Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft Azure is one of the world's leading cloud computing platform, offering wide range of services for computing. I've seen computing, storage, network, database, then AI, security, and much more. It enables organization to build, deploy, and manage application through Microsoft Managed Data Center located across the globe. One of the biggest strength of Microsoft Azure is its seamless integration with other Microsoft services. Many organizations already use products such as Windows Server, Windows Server, then Microsoft 365, then Microsoft Entra ID, SQL Server, and other Microsoft technologies. Since Azure integrates naturally with these services, it integrates naturally with the services, it becomes easier for organization to extend the existing infrastructure into the cloud without making the significant changes. And the another advantage of the Azure is strong support for hybrid cloud. So not every organization is ready to move all its application and data to the cloud. Not every organization is ready to move all their applications data to the cloud. Some businesses continue to keep certain workload on the premises while move other to the Azure. So Azure make it easy to manage both environment together, providing greater flexibility. It provides great flexibility during the cloud adoption journey. So Microsoft Azure also offers vast global infrastructure with the data center spread across multiple regions worldwide. This allows organization to deploy application close to their user, improves performance while also supporting business continuity and disaster recovery. Next, another reason is security and compliance are also key reason why organization trust Azure. Microsoft invests heavily in protecting their cloud platform and provides built-in security features along with the compliance certification that help organization meet the industry standards and regulatory requirements. Because of these capabilities only, this Azure is widely adopted across industries, multiple industries such as banking, healthcare, education, manufacturing, and many more. Today, thousands of organizations relies on Microsoft Azure to host their application, manage their infra, and support their digital transformation. Now that we have seen Microsoft Azure is trusted by organizations around the world, let's take a look at the wide range of services that Azure provides and understand how these services are organized into different categories.